Welcome to part one of Turnkey Theater's online devising workshop, Discovering Your Idea. The first step is super exciting because you get to have all of these great conversations about what's possible, what matters most to you and your collaborators, and what really lights everybody up. But then, with all of these ideas in the mix, how do you decide on just one? Well, just like with every step of this process, there are many, many ways to reach the goal of landing on just one great idea. I'm going to offer you some, and then you'll try something out and see how it goes. But just always keep in mind the needs, talents, and resources of your particular company or group, or yourself if you're trying this out on your own. So first, let's take a second and talk about some materials that can be good to have on hand throughout all parts of this process, but especially in this beginning stage. You'll want a notebook and pen or pencils for everybody. Laptops are fine too if that's what you're more comfortable with, but writing by hand can be a different process that engages a different part of our brain, and maybe you might want to have recording equipment on hand, even if that's just a smartphone. This can allow you to more meticulously document your process. But if you do this, remember to get everyone's consent first and be mindful of when it might be a good time to turn off the recording equipment if it helps people to be more open and honest about whatever is being discussed at the moment. Now, all of these things are essential because in every step of this process, you'll want to make sure that there is both a way to record information and to display information so that everyone can at all times be aware of things as they develop. All right, so you've got your materials, you're all warmed up. Now, the moment you've been waiting for, ideas on how to generate a topic for your devised piece. Again, I want you to take always into consideration the experience level, age, resources of your group, and use what I'm going to offer you as it best fits them or adapt them as needed. So one of the first exercises you might try is called Brain Blurt. Appoint someone to be the recorder to take notes and encourage folks to take their own notes as well. Going around a circle, everyone offers one idea at a time. Anything that comes to mind that they are even remotely interested in creating a piece about. You might start with a simple question such as, what is something that matters to you? You can do a round on that idea or question or topic and then start a new one with a new question. Repeat maybe 2 or 3 rounds depending on your needs. Some ideas for topic generating questions might be, what is a story that has had special meaning to you in your life? What has been the most significant moment of your life? What's the best thing about being a human? What's the hardest thing about being a human? What is the happiest thing you can think of? What is the most important emotion in your opinion and why? What news stories have affected you recently? What is something that everyone experiences no matter who they are? What is something that you feel is unique to your experience? What stories or topics do you not see many examples of that you would like to see more of? Of course, at any time during this round or these brain blurts, somebody in the circle can say pass if they don't have an idea or prefer not to comment on a specific question or topic. Another possible exercise is to use objects as inspiration. Provide or maybe have participants bring in objects. Each person handles the object and says or does anything that comes to mind about it or in response to the object. This works well as an alternative to starting with words. A similar exercise that can be done with a piece of poetry, music, or imagery. Very simple. At this point, you should have a great list of ideas and have tried several of them out. So, what next? If your group found the specific topic or idea you'll be exploring, you're ready to move on to part 2 of this workshop. If you still have several options in front of you, try to narrow it down to the top 3. Then use some of the following suggestions to see if you can get consensus about which one to pursue in part 2. You might draw from a hat. If everyone seems equally excited about several ideas, write them down on paper, put them in a hat, randomly draw one, go with whatever you choose. Or if you choose it and everyone has a negative reaction, clearly that was the wrong one and go with something else, right? Maybe something like survey says can help you. So this is where you have everyone rank their excitement about each idea and choose the one that has the highest number of top votes. Simple. So thanks for joining me on this part of the process. Please feel free to reach out and share your experience of part 1. I'll see you in part 2, exploring your idea.